Hello everyone. So, in the part one of the series, how to choose a good research topic or a powerful research topic for your research, we are going to discuss today, and we have already discussed in the part one of the series, what are the checkpoints, how we should start, what are the criteria that can assure us that yes, the research topic which we are filtering and squeezing out for ourselves or selecting for our research is a good topic, is a powerful topic. Today, we are focusing on what to do because in part 1, we have already covered a few checkpoints like these. So, we will not be repeating them. Let's go ahead with what should we do. So, let's note one part, that is choosing a research topic that will stand a good chance of getting published to a previous journal is really very complex and strategic activity. So it's itself an entire research, but over the period of time when we start doing it, it becomes a practice as a researcher. So if you are a budding researcher, it might take a few make it take some time for us to practice it, but over the period of time it becomes our habit, and these points comes to our mind by default. So if we will keep on doing it repetitively, it will become a practice. Okay, but at initially, what are the criterias and what should we do as a researcher? So a most prominent methodology which was given by Hulley in 2007 is one of the very good methodology which is recommended by the sources which I have mentioned at the bottom. That please note that whenever we are selecting a research topic for ourselves, the finer methodology, that is, if a research topic is feasible, if it is interesting, if it is novel, if it is ethical, and if it is relevant, we see it as a powerful research topic. We see it as a powerful research domain. In addition to the terms which we have discussed in the last checkpoints, that is necessity, importance, relevance, and urgency, that was given by, or that was also worked by the below research papers which I have attached in the description of part 1 of the series as well. Let's note that the finer methodology can also be checked, and we can get assisted by this methodology given by Hulley. So if we check that our topic is feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant, we can say that it is a good research question or it is a good research topic, highlighting the relevance, the usefulness of the topic. Okay, so whenever we are in doubt, let's note these keywords and let's check our research topic on these benchmarks. Now, the question may arise in our mind as a researcher that what are the criteria that can assist us in checking the feasibility? What are the criteria that can assist us in checking whether our topic is interesting or not? What are the criteria that can assist us in checking novelty, ethicalness, and relevance of our topic? Now, in this video and upcoming part of the series, we are going to check out that how we can stay assured about these factors individually. So today let's cover first section, that is feasibility. So, or rather, let's start with novelty. So novelty is the most important thing whenever we talk about a research topic. That means that the research or the on the topic should provide an answer to the existing knowledge or gap or an unanswered question. Okay, so it should be filling a knowledge gap. It should not happen that something is already existing and we are again replicating that. So we have to check that our work, which is the topic, the research objectives which we are shortlisting, which we are the keywords which we are planning to study are having a knowledge gap or should be addressing an unanswered question, then you may say that your topic is novel. It should make an original contribution to theory and, by extension, to the practice. So let's note this point that the research objectives which we are planning to study should not only contribute to the theory, but also it should be helping or building on the practice part. Now, how we can get assured? So, we have to ask ourselves, has the topic when decoupled from the context? That is, sometimes we say that, the country, like this study is done in, let's say, in US, but not in UK. This study or this topic is covered in some specific industry, let's say insurance industry or IT industry, but not in banking industry. So if we ignore this part, if we ignore the context part, has the topic been researched previously or is it still novel? We may dive down separately for sure in the context part, but to add on or to make it more novel, is or has the topic been researched previously? We have to check that. Then we have to ask, what is the difference between your research and the previous researchers from the theoretical standpoint? Okay, so please note, we are just keeping aside the context because context does not add so much to the novelty part. Okay, because let's say if I'm saying that this similar topic is being studied in United States but not in UK, or let's say not in another country, is can we call it as a novel research topic? No, probably not. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful and ask these questions to ourselves. So, this is and these are a few things which can assure us, that can help us in knowing and saying that yes, my topic is novel. Quickly covering the another part of finer criteria, that is interesting. How we can say that our research work is interesting? So, interesting means that the research on that topic should provide an answer that arouses curiosity, interest, right? It should be exciting. Additionally, the answers from the research should not be very obvious. Okay, it should be giving some output, something that is not that much obvious, right? So it should be building on to the body of knowledge. Otherwise, the level of excitement can become low and the return on investment from the research, like what we are getting from that research, becomes questionable, right? Despite its potential novelty and relevance. So we have to check that. We also have to check, can the answers to the research question be reasonably suspected in advance? So let's say if I'm saying some x variable whether the x variable is impacting the y variable or not. Okay, or to check the relationship between x and y variable. If I already know that the relationship is existing, or if it is very, very obvious that the relationship is already existing and X impacts the Y, then what is the relevance of conducting that research, right? Because, as from a layman perspective, also, I know that yes, it impacts X impacts Y or X is related to Y. So we have to check that it should not be that much obvious. So if the answer to the above question, can the answers to the research question can be easily suspected in advance? If the answer is yes, then the level of certainty of that suspicions is high and the research topic is not that much interesting, because if everybody, and if obviously we know that the research topic or the relationship is existing, and if I know this in advance, then of course the topic is not that much interesting. If I say that, yeah, probably I feel they are related, then the research topic is moderately interesting because I feel, and I'm a bit doubtful and I'm probable about the research topic, that whether this X variable is related to Y variable, or this X variable impacts the Y variable or not, or whatever relationship. Sometimes it's a bidirectional relationship as well, which we check. So, this is how we say that whether the research topic is how much interesting. If it is difficult to predict that whether the X variable is related to Y variable or not, definitely the research topic is interesting and we can go about it. Okay, because we are not having any idea whether the X variable holds some relationship with Y variable or not, whether it impacts the X variable impacts the Y variable or not, or whether even there is some association existing between X and Y variable. So definitely we say that that topic is really very interesting and we can think about it and we can definitely go about it. So out of the finer criteria, we have covered novelty and interesting part. The rest of the three parts we are going to cover in the next part of the video, that is part 3. Thank you so much.